While I dearly love Sam Cooke, one of the most pathetic songs in the popular repertoire is his "What a Wonderful World This Would Be," with its wretched opening line, "Don't know much about history," or anything else as it turns out. I can only agree with George Santayana. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. In part, this is the result of a lifetime of reading history, an undergraduate BA in history, and a history minor in my PhD program. I'm also firmly convinced that librarians, any librarian, is in part a historian. Part of what libraries do is preserve the past and make it available to those who wish to know whence they came, or why the world is the way it is. In the textual portion this week, I will use the quote, "Geography is about maps, history is about chaps," and proceed to demolish the argument. Or at least I hope I do. History is like all other research, a search for explanation, for causation, for why. Public libraries did not simply appear in the middle of the United States in the middle of the 19th century for no reason at all. Who did what to whom in the 1850s is an argument that goes on today, although with considerably less vehemence than it did 30 years ago. Why are you getting a master's degree to practice librarianship instead of what used to be a bachelor's degree? Where does librarianship stand in the spectrum of professions? Is the public library an active instrument of propaganda or the people's university? Only historical research can prove insight into those questions. The nature of historical inquiry is as subject to change as methods of investigations in other fields. What seemed of supreme importance a generation ago is a trifle passé now, or indeed forgotten. Interpretations of past events change as new evidence comes to light, or somebody comes at the topic from a different angle, or enough time has passed that the heat of the moment is cooled and more rational thinking can be applied. What follows is my take on historiography, or the history of writing history. It is very much influenced by the way I think about doing historical research, and may or may not reflect what other texts or researchers have to say on the topic. As always, we have some poking at matters of evidence, and my long-standing conviction that context is everything.